When the QK80 first came out, everyone praised it for being a relatively low-priced keyboard that punched above its weight class. I'm Simulator Tech, and today I'll be taking a look at its successor, the QK80 Mark II. The board comes with a lot of accessories and parts. In the carrying case is a set of Neo stabilizers, a QWERTY keys card in case you didn't know it was them, and a couple of plates. I have one made of FR4 and one made of carbon fiber. Behind them is a bag with the PCB and foams. As a QK board, it's only natural for it to come with a bajillion different foams. Here we have a sheet of PE foam, plate foam, case foam, other case foam, and a PET sheet that goes at the very bottom. And of course, we have the PCB. There are 3 different PCB options, which include 2 FlexCut 1.2mm PCBs differentiated by one having per key RGB, and one non-FlexCut 1.6mm PCB, which I have here. First of all, there's a magnetic connector on the right side of the PCB, which is meant to connect to the screen on the top case. On the back is the second magnetic connector for connecting to the daughter board. These make building the board a whole lot more streamlined and easy. Aside from those, this PCB has layout support through VIA, wireless connectivity with Bluetooth and 2.4 GHz powered by dual 4000 mAh batteries, south-facing hot swap sockets, and a surprising amount of layout support for a hot swap PCB, which we love to see. Now before we jump into looking at the case, we have another box to open. Inside the first is a coiled USB-C cable and some tools including switch and keycap pullers and a screwdriver. In the second box is a bunch of stuff for the keyboard. In this first bag, we have gaskets, spare feet, and some other stuff. In the second bag, we have a 2.4 GHz USB dongle and a spare ribbon cable. Like the original, this keyboard has a slot for a badge on the back which attaches with magnets. Alright, here's the case. My unit is retro white and it looks very nice. The color is a spray coating, so the case is textured, giving it a very natural look. The finish is flawless. The main design on the front is the screen and the dot matrix display. It creates an interesting contrast between the old school colors with the more modern features. In my opinion, the side profile is very elegant. It's a simple box on wedge design with an extra angled piece, giving it layers. I'm a big fan. On the back we have some very interesting designs. Under the satisfying plastic peel is a mirror finished weight. There's quite a bit going on here. On the left side there are some designs like QK and Mark II logos. In the middle is some text, and this is probably my least favorite part of the board. At least it's not super big like the text on the RX 870 that I reviewed a little while ago. That was pretty horrendous. On the right is a slot for the badge and a pocket for the 2.4 GHz USB dongle. Alright, let's take the case apart. The QK80 Mark II uses a ball catch mechanism, which seems to be the trend nowadays. It allows for very fast assembly and disassembly. Under where the screen sits is the magnetic connector, which makes connecting the screen to the PCB super easy. Of course, we have the ball catch pieces. In the bottom case, we have the magnetic connector for the PCB. The inside has a bunch of ridges which serve 2 purposes. 1 to make space for the hot swap sockets on the back of the PCB, and 2 to improve the sound. On the edges are these metal leaves on which the gaskets sit. There are also these little silicone pieces that act as a built-in force brake to reduce vibrations between the top and bottom cases. Here's a little montage of the build. Specs are in the description. Hey guys, I've been posting a bit more than usual. I'm glad to be back after the tragedy that was AP Gov. I'm still in the process of college apps, so that's pretty fun. It's a little crazy not knowing exactly where I'll end up going to school in a few months, but you know, God's in control. In other news, I'm pretty excited about the state of the keyboard hobby right now. I still remember the days of talking about north versus south facing switch sockets, and getting excited when an aluminum keyboard was under $200. Of course, there's much more history to the keyboard hobby than what I've experienced, but it's amazing seeing CNC aluminum boards that sound good without foam coming in at under $100. It's genuinely ridiculous seeing boards get cheaper and cheaper while still improving in quality. You know what else is pretty cool? The segue to today's sponsor, PCBWay. If you are into custom keyboards, you know the value of high quality, reliable parts, and PCBWay has you covered. They offer not just top-notch PCB fabrication and assembly, but also CNC machining, 3D printing, sheet metal fabrication, and more. I've personally used PCBWay for multiple projects, and their quick turnaround time and outstanding customer service have always impressed me. So whether you're prototyping a keyboard or working on another custom project, check out PCBWay. Click the link in the description to get started. Alright, let's see how this board sounds. Well, as expected, it sounds pretty amazing. Much like the first QK80, the Mk2 does not need foam to sound great. Of course, I'm sure it would sound great with foam too, if that's the sound signature you prefer. Feel-wise, this thing is literally a trampoline. The gasket leaf system actually works, especially without foam below the PCB. Without foam in the case, there's still a good amount of flex, but it's nothing compared to this. Overall, this board really is not like the original QK80. The aesthetics are completely different with a more rounded look. That being said, this is a really great board for the price if you're into modern features. It has a screen that's better than any keyboard I've actually reviewed up until this point, and a matrix dot display which I haven't seen before, yet it still maintains all the features of a solid modern keyboard, like great mounting, sound, material quality, PCB options, and much more. Personally, I'm slightly more into the original QK80 because I prefer the aesthetic, but for the right person, this board is amazing. Anyways, thank you for watching, and thank you QK80 Keys for sending out the board. See you guys later. Bye!